Okay, so I really don't like doing videos unless I have my little stand on me. So unfortunately, I don't. Hopefully, it's not too rocky for anybody. But I got to my son's school early today, and I had some time to make a video. So I asked somebody a while ago. For an idea for a video, and she actually brought up something that comes up a lot that I have made a video on, but it's really always good to hear the information more than once, so or over and over again. So basically, the gist of what this particular person had asked for is about learning how to roll with the punches, pretty much. Learning how to be okay when something happens that was unexpected. When something happens that was expected, but maybe doesn't go down exactly the way that you thought it would. Literally, I am a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. I am a firm believer in always planning for worst case scenario. And I truly believe that your comfort zone is not really that comfortable. There are a lot of other things that I believe in, but a lot of those things pertain to this video. So, number one of the things that this particular person mentioned is that you're in this whole routine of life, and then something happens, or let's just say it's a routine. There's like a couple options. Let's just say it's a routine of life that was just some place that you thought you'd be forever, a certain job that you thought you'd have or whatnot. And then an opportunity presents itself, and it's going to throw a massive wrench in your wheel of comfortability. That's not really that comfortable. Learning how to roll with the punches and having your eye on the prize, and I've done a video on this, long-term prize and little mini short-term prizes, that is what keeps you motivated to moving in the right direction. I believe there are signs all over. Everything happens for a reason. So when an opportunity presents itself, if it's an opportunity that's greater than what you're currently experiencing right now, there's a reason that you need to jump on that opportunity. And it's going to be really uncomfortable in the beginning. It might always be uncomfortable, but life is about being uncomfortable. Life is about, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And what kind of a life are you living just going through the motions every day? And I've done a video on that too. I also am a big fan of planning for worst case scenario and truly always having a plan B. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. For example, like planning for worst case scenario. I always tell clients, if you are planning to be home from work at 5 o'clock and you have enough food to get you until your 3 o'clock snack, no. You should have enough food to get you until 8 o'clock at night. Because what if something happens? Perfect example, which happened to my client a couple years ago. She was asked to stay late at work, and then she missed BART. She didn't walk in the door until 11 o'clock. I am very proud of her, by the way, that she didn't binge, but that was a lot of hours to not have any food, and there was more of a chance of her binging, which she didn't do. So planning for worst case scenario. Bring your food with you. Plan for worst case scenario in reference to life. If you think that there's a really good chance that you're not going to be able to get in your workout after work, get it done before. And then if something happens, maybe your kid wakes up and he's throwing up during the time that you're in the middle of doing your cardio, then you do it later. There is sometimes always a chance that plan A and plan B don't fall through, and maybe you can't. Sorry, I'm getting a reminder. Maybe you can't do it either way, but being okay with it. Saying, okay, I literally, at the end of the day, plan A and plan B. You should always have those two. If plan A and plan B don't work out and you look yourself in the mirror and you say, I did everything in my power, and my kid threw up in the morning during my first plan time, and I was asked to stay late at work during my second plan time, there was nothing I could have done, then that's it. You be okay with that. And know deep down inside that you did everything. But if your kid threw up in the morning and then you came home and you said, oh, I'm really tired, I don't feel like doing it, and you look yourself in the mirror and you can't make eye contact with yourself, then you know you didn't do everything. So I truly believe that if you have only a plan A and plan A doesn't fall through, then you haven't really set yourself up for success. I talk about that all the time. Setting yourself up for success. Planning for worst case scenario. Learning how to deal with curveballs. Always in the back of your mind, having a second game plan. So, I mean, I believe those little examples, I hope it helped this particular person. I always say no excuses, but at some point, it's like, it's not an excuse. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can make eye contact with yourself and you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I did everything that I could have done. There was no way around anything. I would get fired from my job, and I can't abandon my kid when he's puking or she is puking. Then you're good. And just be okay with that and make it up the next day. Or plan better. Maybe start planning to wake up even earlier. Maybe you know your kid is sick and the kid normally wakes up around 5. Maybe start waking up at 4. I had a client that I have rules, and the rules are that you have to send a food log every night and respond every morning. And that's the first thing you're supposed to be doing before you even get out of bed or while you're sitting on the bowl. And for a whole week, this particular client would respond to me and say, respond in detail later. Because I said, if something happens in the morning and you can't get back to me right away, at least respond so I know that you attempted to first thing in the morning. So a whole week had gone by, and my response to her was, okay, this is becoming a regular thing now. You obviously know you don't have enough time to wake up in the morning and respond to me and get everything done, so you need to start waking up earlier, because I won't accept that excuse another day. So you need to learn how to, it's always, everybody needs a plan A and a plan B. But I do say this, your plan B is not, and I'm really glad I remembered to say this, your plan B is not if you don't feel like doing plan A. Like, I don't have plan A to do workout in the morning and plan B to do workout at night. I don't feel like working out in the morning just because I don't feel like it. It's not a fallback. It's worst case scenario. I can't do A, then I do B. Worst case scenario, I can't do A and B, then I make it work tomorrow and I be okay with me. Because that's what I have to do at the end of the day, is be okay with me. But there are a lot of people out there right now that can be watching this video that will either get mad at me or not like me or probably shut it off already, because they know that everything that they do in their day is an excuse. They know that they don't have a plan A or a plan B, and all they do is have a life of excuses. I will tell you, and I will end with this. I am not fully finished reading it, so, but I'm pretty much about 75% through, and then I have watched some of his YouTube videos, and right now I'm reading Cali Muscle's Ex-Con to Icon, and a point that he constantly makes in the video, and in the book, and he talks about in his videos, is what he went through in life. He easily should not be where he is today. Everything that he went through, how many times he was in jail, and where he grew up, and the life that he came from, and the streets that he lived in, he should not be as successful as he is. But he's more successful than people that have never even gone to jail. And it's because he refused to be a statistic. He refused to lie down and not do something. He refused to, and he overall has an incredible work ethic. And he's determined to be better than the next person, or be better than that person, or be bigger than that person. So, I truly believe that he's right. And in my version of it is, I believe that you are not a product of where you came from, because I shouldn't be where I am with everything that I went through. I was just getting my hair done today, telling the story about how I was beat up, and then I had a nervous breakdown, and some of you guys know the story, and if you don't, you should go to my website and read it, jenn.m.aguirre.com, and read Who's Jen, and you can read my whole story. And literally the reason we were talking about having work, and I said that, somebody that says that they're looking for a job for, a month or a half of a year or a year is really not looking for a job. And, I always had 2-3 jobs at one time, and I think I have a phenomenal work ethic. And part of the reason why is because I said I will never, ever, ever have to rely on anybody for anything. Because at one small point in my life, I put myself through college. I have an associate's degree in liberal arts. It has done nothing for me in my career, but I paid for myself through school. And during my last semester, I was short a couple $100. And I had to ask my father for money. Never lived that down. Oh, I helped you with school, I helped you with that, when I paid for everything else myself. And there were other things that were constantly thrown in my face when I was a teenager and stuff like that. And that's why I never want to ever have to need anybody, ask anybody for anything. I mean, I asked my husband, but ultimately at the end of the day, I need to take care of myself. And I've made videos on this before. I love my husband. We are going to be together forever. I posted a picture on Facebook a really long time ago of 2 old people naked on the beach, and a back shot, and it's a crack shot, and that's going to be me and my husband. But of course it's going to be a Filipino ass and then a white ass, and the white ass will be me. Oh my God, I just said ASS, and but I was talking about a donkey, and literally, I always say the point in why I'm talking about this is, even though I know me and my husband are going to be together forever, at the end of the day, I know I can take care of myself if I need to. I never lay down and let somebody else take care of me. I always have a plan B, because 99.9% of me knows that me and my husband aren't going anywhere, but there is that 0.1% chance that something might happen. Who knows? I'm a realist. So I have to be ready if, God forbid, something happens. There's another little lesson for you. So, I mean, never get complacent, never get comfortable in anything that you do, in career, in life, there's a famous saying, and I'm so mad that I brought it up, because I shouldn't have even brought it up, but it pretty much is about successful people, and it talks about how, when you're successful, it doesn't mean you get to lay down. You got to work that much harder, and it's a really phenomenal saying, and I'm really mad at myself. And if anybody remembers it, comment on the video. But yeah, that's it. I think I'm done. So I love you, and don't forget that I was talking about a donkey. I didn't curse on camera, which will be the first time in 5 years that I talked about an animal like that. So love you. Got to go get my kid now, because I think he's ready. Yep. Mwah.